Hey everyone, so I've just decided I'm going to kind of vlog um, my house renovations. I always kind of, never wanted to vlog, but at the same time I really want to kind of document the process of fixing up my dad's house. Um, Not just for me, but for other people, because I've got literally no experience in these kinds of things, and if I can do it, anyone can. So at the moment, this used to be, like, that's all the underlay and carpet. This used to be the cat room, sort of, front room. The cats weren't locked in here, but this is where they would poop and pee and stuff. And the cats had been here for like well over 10 years. These are pretty aged cats now, and they used to have their litter boxes like just there. I'm covered in dust from that. They used to have the litter boxes there, and that was all well and good, but over time, they don't always land in the litter box, and that would then stain the carpet, and that kind of smell doesn't pass. If you've ever smelt cat urine, it's pretty unpleasant. It's a pretty shit time. So those cats have since passed on. They were 15 plus years old. They'd been in here for about, oh, I guess actually they've been here their whole life, so they'd be probably 15 years in here. But they had a really good run. They've since passed away, and since then I kind of my dad's been out on a holiday when it happened, which really sucks for him. I kind of miss them, but so yeah, dad gets to come back, and it's just down to the old girl now. Our dog, she's still going strong, and anyway, that's not exactly the happiest of thoughts. But since that, we didn't really want him to come back in to the old cat room, like when he gets home from his trip, because that would just be a really shitty slap in the face reminder. So what we've done is we've torn out all the carpet now, because Dad always spoke about wanting to tear it up because there was this timber flooring underneath. So we've torn that out, and then the plan was originally just to leave it with this kind of color on it, because it's actually kind of a nice color. But what I kind of noticed as I got closer is that it's really dinged up and really dirty all over. Like, that's not stuff that's coming out. That's like you can't really see on the camera, but it's sort of like where the wood itself is kind of, the paint is kind of chipped away. There's like 3 layers. There's like a darker brown mahogany kind of color, then an even darker sort of black almost, and then the wood. And it's all pretty bad. From up here, it wasn't too bad, but then when I got close, I could really see how kind of dirty the floor was. And I was like, well, we've got some spare deck sealant stuff just there. I was like, well, why don't I just sand it back and fucking, re-polish it kind of thing and make it all smooth, because there's a lot of these nail heads that were sticking out, and now they're nice and flush. So yeah, alrighty, so about half done. Kind of there, you can see a rough line of where I've done. Right now, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. The camera really doesn't do it justice, sadly. It does feel amazing underfoot though. It is so soft. It's just smooth all around. It's fantastic. But yeah, it still needs probably like another sand over the top with like a finer grit, because I think I used 80 grit for this, and then I'll hit it again. These darker sections, they seem to have used some kind of strange wood. I don't know what the go is. But like, I tried, sanding those bits a bit harder, and it didn't really do anything. So I'm not really sure what the go is there. It's probably just part of the wood. I'm sure once it's stained, or whatever you call it when you use that decking stuff, I'm sure that'll all make it really uniform. So yeah, halfway done. I'll do the rest tomorrow. Tell you what though, real glad I'm wearing this. Holy shit. It is so dusty. Like the entire... Oh wait, yeah, I did that kind of retarded, didn't I? My house floor, that's all dust. Okay, you can kind of see the line where the dust starts. Right there. And it's gone all the way through to our kitchen. That's...
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you teach me how to make it up to?
What's that?
My mastic falling down and down. My mastic falling
Yeah, I'll fix your mask up for you.
Yeah.
Put that bit on your little nose. Move your hands. Right. So I bought like a cheap tripod looking thing off of eBay, so that's what you're on right now. That should allow me to kind of get shots. That should allow me to get little shots of this floor as I'm doing it and lots of other stuff. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Should be better than just stills of the finished result. At least that's how you get to see a little bit of what's being done. And then you can all tell me how I'm doing it wrong, because you're probably right. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, let's go. Alright. You should at least be able to see what I'm actually doing now instead of just seeing a thick layer of dust. At least for like 5 minutes. Hopefully. Oh, there's just this thick layer of dust that's so unpleasant. This little thing here, I don't think it's enough. It helps, but I definitely need to invest in a better type of respiratory protection, because I can still kind of taste it and feel the dust, and it's not great. Would not recommend. Ah well. It's just occurred to me that I never mentioned what I was wearing as ear protection. These are these are my Razer Man Awards. They are a gaming headset, and this is definitely not what they're intended to be used for. This is pretty retarded, I'll take it. However, it's better than nothing. Like, they do cancel some sound, and it makes it much less harsh on the ears. So I'd rather sit here and look like an idiot than be a deaf smartass. So, yeah, no hate. I'm just using this to try and lower the amount of dust flying around. Almost done. I am like, I'm not even my normal skin color anymore. I'm just covered head to toe. Yeah, it's just a layer of dust. Someone. Hopefully I'm gonna finish this up and go to bed. I mean, not bed, go have a shower. Fuck me. Brain's not working.
You went to town, my dude.
That almost finished. I did out here, the dust isn't good for you. I don't want you getting like lung cancer. Oh boy! That's a good point. Just not gonna work. I was like, maybe I can leave the door open to get a bit more airflow, but that ain't gonna work. So I'm just noticing that, so this side here I did initially with 80 grit sandpaper, and I can probably do this stuff now. So this side here I did initially with 80 grit sand, fucking okay. Attempt 3. This side here I initially did with 80 grit sandpaper because that's what I had on hand, that's what I had available that would fit the sander I'm using. And then about halfway through I ran out of 80 grit and I had 40 grit laying around. Which, you know, I didn't know about at first. I thought it was just a big bag of 80 grit, but no, it turns out it was 40 and 80. So I switched to 40, which is, you know, much more coarse. And you can actually see where the switch happened. Here is 80, and then kind of down here and sort of across is the 40. My issue is not so much there is a gap there, like this. It's smoother, but it didn't take as much off. My issue is that the 40 grit stuff looks a lot better than the 80 grit stuff. Because the 80 grit's still got a bit of kind of dark colouring to it, whereas the 40 grit really took it back to the wood and it looks much better. So when I go to stain it, it's gonna, yeah, the more effort I put into this before I stain it, the better. My throat is killing me. This thing didn't help at all. Oh. So yeah. That kind of sucks, so probably tomorrow I'll come back in here and I'll do another one over on this side with the 40 grit, and hopefully that'll kind of make this more uniform and clean this side up a bit more. That kind of sucks. I thought I was done. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. I'm gonna go take a much needed shower.